everybody, so I thought I would do a skincare video for you today. First of all, thank you so much for the wonderful, lovely comments that I got on my first ever vlog. I was kind of like, do I put this up? Do I not put it up? Is it a bit boring? All I'm doing is kind of like milling around the house, but I knew that the therapy chat bit would get some kind of a response, whether that be positive or negative. So thank you very much for being so lovely about it. I think that because I got such a nice reaction from you guys, and I'm sorry that I kind of didn't trust that I would do, that's kind of silly of me, underestimating you guys, but I think I will do a full-on therapy video a little bit later. I'm going to leave it a few weeks though and make sure that, I think I'd rather film it when Andy's not in the house. For those of you that keep asking, Andy was the guy that had appeared on my channel before. He's my housemate. So today I'm going to do a skincare video. Now, as I said in my vlog, I haven't really changed my skincare, and I kind of feel a little bit like everyone keeps asking me, oh, what's your skincare? How do you keep your skincare? And I have done 2 videos and a couple of mask videos, and the last video I did was probably last summer, but it hasn't really changed. And so even though I get asked to do it a lot, I don't feel like there's kind of no point. But what I will do is show you some of the things that I have bought myself, been loving, maybe been sent a few bits to try out. Obviously this is not sponsored, this is just things I've tried, things I've found, things I've rediscovered, and things that I kind of have been using more of lately. So a lot of these you probably will have seen before, to be honest, but at least it's kind of giving you an idea of what I'm really loving, or maybe even reminding you of something that you used to love because you watched me and you tried it and you loved it and you haven't used it in a while. Right, so the first thing that I have been loving, using, have rediscovered lately, because to be honest I went through a phase of, do I even want to put this on YouTube? I was going through a phase of taking off my makeup with the Garnier Micellar Water, which is not in here because I've run out and I don't have anything to show you. Or the Simple cleansing wipes. I know, really bad, shouldn't have done it. But obviously now we are back to proper cleansing, and obviously you knew this was going to be in there. This is my beloved Cleanse and Polish Hot Cloth Cleanser from Earle. I tend to do a double or a triple cleanse with this. It doesn't get my eye makeup off perfectly every time because I've started wearing waterproof makeup just because of the kind of, it's got hot again in London recently, so I don't want that weird like eyelash line of mascara. So I tend to do a couple of cleansers to make sure that my makeup is off, and then I will use this with my Clarisonic Mia, or I will use it with a muslin cloth as suggested. Beautiful, naturally sourced ingredients, cruelty free, lovely. Get it in a pump or you can get it in a bigger squeezy tube. I just love it, and I often find that if you order a few bits from the Earle website, they often send you mini samples as well, which are perfect for travelling and really super lovely of the company. So that's the first thing. So the next thing that I have to show you is another cleanser. This is by The Body Shop, and this is the Camomile Sumptuous Cleansing Butter for all skin types. If I am wearing more makeup than normal, I will use this over my Earle because this has a different texture. So I will do some cutaways so you can see, but it's basically like it reminds me of the Emma Hardy Moringa Cleansing Balm, but a little bit harder in texture until it melts down. So as soon as you scoop this out, I tend to try and use like sometimes I use my hands as long as they're clean, but sometimes I will also use like some sort of spatula or a teaspoon or something to scrape a little bit out, because that kind of like balmy packaging bothers me a little bit. But this is just really beautiful. It leaves my skin really soft. It takes off my makeup even better than the Earle, I would say. If I'm having a really heavy day, I will do a double cleanse with this, but it takes off my eye makeup beautifully. It just, as soon as you put your hand in there, and it just melts onto your skin, and it turns into more of an oil. So the Earle is very much a cream texture. This is more of a waxy texture, but it just melts into the skin as soon as it gets warm. Really, really lovely. Doesn't make my skin dry out. Just takes off everything perfectly, and I absolutely love this. I think this is on a par with Liz now, and if I was travelling I'd probably take this one, to be honest, because if I was travelling I'm likely to be shooting and that means more makeup, and this would be my go-to. Hasn't broken me out, smells amazing. It's got a really kind of like fresh, zesty scent. It does say chamomile, so it's kind of like a soft, fresh, zesty but kind of clean smell. Really, really nice. The next thing I have to show you is the Sanctuary Spa Cleanse 5-Minute Thermal Detox Mask. This is Intense Warming Charcoal Cleansing Mask for perfectly clean and purified feeling skin. Similar to that, I also have the Warming Mineral Mask, again self-warming. This is from the Body Shop. So these two, very similar, do a very similar thing, make my skin feel clean, tightens pores, kind of like brings anything nasty that's going on, calms it down, brings it to the surface, just goes, no, clean pores all round. Both of these are really lovely. I would say there's a different in texture. So first of all, you apply the Body Shop one to wet skin, and it's thicker, which I think I might prefer. And the Sanctuary Spa one is obviously a hit with a lot of YouTubers. I know Fleur de Force loves it, a lot of us do. It's a thinner texture. I think you get the same, yeah, you get the same amount, it's just different shaped tubes. They're both really nice. This one is kind of like a white clay. This one is like, well, similar to the packaging, a grey clay. They both do a wonderful job. I like both of them. If I was gonna pick a favourite, I'd probably go for the Body Shop one, just because I like that thicker texture. I feel like I get kind of like a full face of white, and that, I don't know why that makes me feel better, but I also find because you have to work it into the skin more because it's thicker to put on, it warms on the face a little bit nicer than this one does. But they are both fantastic. They both do a very similar thing, and they both produce really good results. Next I have something by La Roche Posay, and this is the Effeclar Duo. You have seen me talk about this a million times. I love La Roche Posay. They are one of my favourite skincare brands. And this has been saving my skin lately. Basically, I've been having little breakouts everywhere. I've got a couple here, and a couple here, as you would have seen in my vlog. Not awful, but bad for me. And it's been making me feel like, because I was due on, and it's that time of the month, and that's when it just happens. So this has been saving me. They've been making my spots go down really quickly, but not actually drying out my skin, which is amazing. Love, love, love. Squeezy tube, super easy, amazeballs. The next thing I have to show you, again, really good for acne prone skin. I would just be a little bit careful if you have sensitive skin. This is the Pixi Skin Treat Glow Tonic Exfoliating Toner. So it's 5% glycolic acid, aloe vera and ginseng. So it's quite tingly on the skin, reminds me of Alpha H Liquid Gold. It looks like I haven't used a lot of it, but I have. So you put this on a cotton pad, kind of, I use it as my toning stage, and then I will put a moisturiser on the top, or if I'm feeling particularly kind of like clogged up and like I really need a good exfoliant, then I will not put moisturiser on the top afterwards. I would say if you've got sensitive skin, try it on a patch, and if it starts to tingle too much, then I would either obviously not use it, you know your skin better than I do, or if you're looking for kind of like a gentler treatment, always put your moisturiser on after this. Very similar kind of to that Alpha H Liquid Gold that I keep banging on about. Love, love, love. Cheaper than the Alpha H, and again, really good if you have acne prone skin, really good if you've got like dull, flaky nastiness going on, and if you just need a good exfoliant, this is amazing. Next thing I have to show you is kind of, I use it as a skin base. So this is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base with shea butter, vitamin C and E, and this is by Bobbi Brown. I really, really, really like this. My friend Ali, who came with me to IMATS, she made me buy it. She'd been watching, I think Jeffree Star uses this underneath his makeup, and it's kind of, it is a base, but it's in between skincare and a base. You guys know that I don't really use a primer or anything, and so after I've washed my face in the morning, I will use this as both a primer and a moisturiser. So I'll skip my normal moisturiser and just put this on. It smells amazing. That's the only thing I would say. I really like Bobbi Brown skincare, and most of the time it's really good for sensitive skin, but I would say this is quite highly scented. So if your skin is really sensitive to scents, then I would kind of be careful of that. It looks like expensive packaging. It's got a nice kind of like herb embossed like bee on the top. But it is plastic, so although it looks really nice and expensive and it's quite kind of chunky heavy, it's perfect for travelling as well. The only thing obviously again I don't like is this bloody pot thing that everyone has going on. I much prefer something with a pump or with a squeezy tube because it's just more hygienic. I'm normally quite good at getting it out with a spatula, but after a while you just dig your hands in and you've got to make sure they're so clean, otherwise you're putting like germs in and out. Let's not get OCD about this. You get what I'm saying. It's lovely. It works really nicely under makeup. I think it's good for all skin types. So they do 2 versions for it. So I got the one that's more for oily skin, and it doesn't break me out or do anything horrible. My makeup doesn't slide off. It just kind of plumps my face before I put my makeup on, glides over more smoothly. I look a little bit more fresh and glowy, but it doesn't make me shiny, which is amazing. If you have dry skin, they also do a formula for dry skins. Next up, we have another Body Shop product because I love it, and this actually has been a favourite of mine for years. This is the Vitamin C Energising Face Spritz. In fact, do you know what? First of all, it has a fine mist, so I'm just going to prove that point. Please let this work this time. Oh, did you see? I'm probably going to look really shiny out. The smell is absolutely amazing. I use this as my morning toner because I feel like it brightens my skin up, it wakes me up a little bit. It just makes me feel a little bit more alive, and I'm one of those people, I'm really not a morning person at all. The only time I'm a morning person is if I have to go to work. The rest of the time I'll be asleep till at least 10. So this is really amazing. The mist is really fine. It's not going to like squirt you in the face and like soak your makeup off. I use it as a refresh, as you've just seen, as over my makeup as well, or instead of like a MAC Fix Plus, I will use this before I set my makeup with a setting spray, just to kind of like take that powderiness off. Gives me a bit more glow. It smells amazing. It smells like legit citrus, like oranges. It is amazing, and I have loved this for, I don't know, a long time. I think I was still, had I just gone full time? Since I was about 17, 18, I reckon I've been using this, and it's beautiful. The final thing I have to show you is something a little bit boring. For those of you that do not know, I actually have psoriasis, very, very mild psoriasis, I might add. It's a skin condition quite similar to eczema. Your skin basically attacks its healthy cells, and so you can end up with like little kind of bumps, flaky patches, redness of skin that's basically like not like killing itself, but someone else down there will know. I'm sure, like it's similar to eczema. It gets a bit itchy, flares up if you drink a lot, can flare up if you have a lot of sun, can flare up if you're stressed, can flare up if you eat certain things. It's a little bit of a nightmare, but mine has never been too bad. My brother gets it really badly. He will come out in like legit like patches of red. It looks like he's got, like, it looks like chicken pox but in massive patches. It's really awful. So I'm lucky. I only tend to get it on my arms, but the problem is it does scar a little bit. So where I'm very olivey, as you can see, this is all just like natural. I have no tan on right now because of the sun. I get like patches on my arms where the rest of me is tanned, and where the skin had like psoriasis on it before, it kind of like, I look a little bit patchy, if that makes sense. So I've been finding because I had a little flare up a couple of weeks ago, I've actually just been using E45 cream. I do have proper psoriasis cream, not prescribed by a doctor, but you can get it behind the Boots, like the Boots pharmacy. They do psoriasis cream, they do eczema cream. I have just been using this, and I've been finding that actually it works. And I've been using it on my elbows, my knees, just as a normal moisturiser. If I've got like particular patches on my face, I'll also use this on my face. I had quite dry lips a couple of weeks ago, and it was like really cracked and sore, and I was doing a combination of like this around my mouth and the Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream on my mouth, and it worked a treat. You can buy this in most like pharmacies. You've got somewhere like Boots, Superdrug. It tends to be in with like just the bog standard like baby creams and all that kind of stuff is where you might find something like this. It's a little bit like Sudocrem, but it's not a barrier cream. It's actually like something for dry skin conditions, and this has been working an absolute treat. So that's it for skincare, current favourite, new things video. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Leave me a comment down below telling me what your favourite stuff is, if you've tried anything new, or if you have any questions about the products I've shown you. I will of course list them all in the down bar for you. Make sure you always read that, because it's always got like my Instagram and all that kind of stuff in it, and any extra information, or maybe, I don't know, I've forgotten to say something in the video, I will always put it in the down bar. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are. Please thumbs up the video if you liked it, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, all that good stuff, you know the deal. And I will see you in the next video. Hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and see you in the next one. Okay, bye.